Morning. Good morning, Jane. Nice to have you on again. Hopefully today we have no sound issues and we don't get kicked off. We're going to hope for that. Good morning, Gretchen. I'm just checking my mic volume and it is raring to go. It's moving. So I also am just playing a little bit here. If you can hear the music, let me know. Uh, and make sure that when you hear the music, good morning, Marguerite, that it doesn't cut you out, like my voice out. The music can still play and you can still hear me. I have a little speaker, which I will hopefully use sooner rather than later, but I was just trying it out. If there's music playing, it still plays even though I'm talking and you can hear me. Good morning, Mary Jo. No music yet. Okay. It might not work this way. Maybe I don't have it loud enough. It might not work because I have this microphone thing. That might be something I have to investigate. I have it pretty loud, so if you're not hearing it, it probably is something to do with the way it's connected. Oh, absolutely, Mary. I'm aware. There were some that thought music could be fun in certain aspects. So I also understand that as well for those of you that could aggravate the hearing aids, and we don't want to do that either. So, good morning, Renee. Give people, all right. Well, I was going to say give people a few more minutes, but it is 9:17. So, good morning and happy Friday. Um, Hope everyone has had a good week and you've been able to get out maybe and enjoy some of the fresh air and sunshine. The weather's been beautiful, and I hear it's going to be really beautiful this weekend, except for the wind might be an issue. So there, Kansas wind, right? I feel like that's always an issue is the wind. Um, so we are going to continue on with our morning of strength, and so the first classes are advanced, and then we will go into our basic 101 strength training, 2 30-minute sessions. We're going to continue with our theme, which was our mantra that we started on Monday, and that is trusting our path and embracing the change. So I think in this group we have, of course, our wellness, growth, and health and being strong together, and that's change for yourselves and your body, but embracing new change in this space, and that would be this space. So I appreciate all of you embracing the technical difficulties that we've been working through. And having someone as a new trainer, I know sometimes that can be a challenge. So I just appreciate all of you for the positive words of encouragement and all working through this together. So, before we start, I was playing with the music because I thought it would be fun to do a Name That Tune brain curl, but it just does not want to cooperate. And that's something I think I have to take a little bit more time to figure out. So, and that, what I thought, instead of a brain curl, maybe those of you that feel comfortable in sharing some of your Easter traditions, or maybe Easter that you're planning to do this weekend. Um, and I'll share ours. So, of course, Mr. Easter Bunny comes to visit for my boys. Um, we definitely go to church on Sunday. That's a family tradition that we do. This year, our family looks a little different. We've had some changes in our family. So we used to have there would be about 17 of us that would get together on Easter. My husband's siblings and grandkids, but we've had some unfortunate divorces in our family, so that causes our family to be a little different. But we are going to my mother-in-law's. She lives outside of Kansas City. It's technically Missouri, but it's not too far. It's like Lee Summit, that direction. So we are going to go there and spend Easter with her, and start making maybe some new traditions. So that is what we are doing for our Easter. And I would love to hear if you guys have any special Easter plans with your families. I know COVID makes it a little tricky, which is why we are sticking with just a smaller situation. It'll just be my mother-in-law and her significant other, and then me and my family. And my husband and I have been vaccinated, which doesn't mean we're off the hook by any means, but it does maybe provide a little ease to the situation. But we're still keeping it really small. So if nobody is wanting to share, and that's okay, we will get started with our strength this morning. If you stayed last week on Wednesday, we did some balancing for our last session, the 11 to 11:30, and I want to do that again from the 11 to 11:30. So that if that encourages you, good morning, Beverly. If that encourages you to maybe stay the whole session, we just played around with some balance and maybe creating that balance in our heart and mind as we go forward into a holiday, because oh, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, Jane. I love that. Um, Thank you for sharing. But I think sometimes, even though holidays are beautiful and wonderful and we love our families, sometimes there can be a little stress associated with holidays. And so just creating not only balance physically, but hopefully that will help us balance here and in our hearts. And we can maybe take that into our weekend. So with that, let's start with getting set up here. I'm going to make myself big. We have lots of friends today. That makes me so happy. We're going to finish our Friday session nice and strong. I'm trying to make my screen bigger. All right. Wonderful, wonderful. Make sure you have your water. And as always, taking breaks when it feels good for you. And if you ever feel faint or short of breath, again, listening to your bodies. I got to grab my weights. My husband took the weights back. He was using them for his bike. All right, we're going to start with our warm-up. Sitting nice and tall in our chairs. Spine is long, flat against the chair. Our feet. I'm barefoot today. I teach a lot of barefooted classes, so today I just thought I'm going to go barefoot. So we're going to start sitting nice and tall. Let's do a nice big cleansing breath through the nose. Exhale. Release. Let's do that again. Nice big inhale. And exhale. Release. Let's slowly start to inhale and then exhale. Slowly let that neck come around, chin to chest. We take this very slow. We don't want any popping in our neck or little crinklings, that feeling. We just want to take it nice and slow. It's early. Maybe this is the first movement you've created today. And so we really want to be kind to our joints. Let's take it around one more time. Maybe lowering your gaze or closing your eyes. When you get to the top, we're going to switch directions. Take it towards the left, exhaling chin to chest, and inhaling as you come around to the top. Nice work. In our warm-up, we always focus on our intentions. What brings us here? What's our why? What do we need from these movement sessions? Beautiful. Let's do one more all together. Nice big inhale at the top and exhale around. Nice work. We're going to let the left ear come to the left shoulder. And you can stay right here in this stretch, or you can softly put your hand on top of your head just to feel that stretch a little deeper. Sitting nice and tall. And exhale, release. And we're going to take it right to the other side. Right ear, right shoulder. Again, option to place your hand on your head. Beautiful. And release. We're going to start slowly here with these shoulder rolls, just forward, coming up to the ears and then releasing them down. So up to the ears, exhale, release. Beautiful. You can let those hands kind of slide up and down the top of your thighs. Beautiful. We're going to add on. We're going to come into a seated cat. So putting that chest nice and forward. Exhale, push those palms and slide the hands around the spine. Inhale forward, shining that heart forward, open to receiving. Exhale, release. Let's do that again. Nice big inhale and exhale, push it away. Nice work. Coming back to that neutral spine. Continuing to warm up from the crown all the way down. We're going to take our arms. We're going to do nice big circles. A couple of them forward. Feeling the shoulders start to get that nice warm up and stretch. We always inhale up and exhale as the arms come down. Beautiful. When you feel complete, you're just going to switch directions. So inhale it up and exhale it the opposite direction. Nice work. Keep that beautiful breath work as we move forward. Nice work. Keep going. All right. When you feel complete that direction, come back to neutral. We're going to take our wrist and just roll them out one direction. Sitting nice and tall. And then when you're ready, you can start to switch those wrist rolls. Nice job. All right, we are going to stand. Coming standing, we are going to take our hands on our hips and just do some nice hip circles here. Also making sure that we're pulling that abdomen back to the spine here. It's engaged. But still keeping it kind of loose because we're still warming up. We want to be kind to our joints. And when you get back up to the top, nice big inhale. Exhale. Switch directions with those hip circles. Nice job. I'm going to check on you just to make sure somebody didn't hop on at last minute and I haven't seen that. I can't see. Good morning, Mary. See, I'm so glad I checked. Sometimes it's hard. I can't see your comments when I'm big, but I want to be big so I can see. Make sure you can see me and I can see me. All right, beautiful. Coming back to that neutral position, parallel legs, nice firm base. You can always use your chair. but we're going to come into marches, just inhaling that leg up and exhaling it down. You can keep your hand on your chair for some stability and inhaling, using that core as you lift that leg. Exhale, release it. Nice job. Inhale and exhale. Keep breathing. We're slowly getting that heart rate a little higher, getting that cardio work in. Beautiful. Let's do 5. You got this. We have 3 and 2. And last one, release. All right. Continuing with our warm up here, we're going to do our little step outs. Stepping nice and firmly, putting a little weight into each leg as you step out, balancing just a little bit here. And again, taking this as slow as you need to. And then start to maybe add your arms if that feels good for you. Again, when we add extra movements, we're just increasing that heart rate safely. So if this does not serve you, you can always keep your hands on your hip. And I should have mentioned, you can always use your chair for some balance if you want that closer to you, okay? Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Keeping with warming up our body, we're going to do our punches. So we're going to go to the front first. So just punching it out. Nice soft legs here. And we don't want to pop our arm forward. We want to be kind to that elbow joint. So it's a soft punch here. Nice job. 5, 4, and we're going to switch it up. 2, and last one. Nice work. We're going to come to a cross. An option, if you want to keep that heart rate and get a little bit more warm up, you can pivot on that foot and here. Or if you just want to stand straight and come and do cross punches. Your choice, and you can do these seated as well. Inhaling and exhaling. It's important to remember, it doesn't matter how many reps you get in. I know I count because that's just helpful for people, but I'm not as concerned with how many you get. I want to make sure that you're getting quality, your form is good, and you're building that strength. So it's not so much about how many. Let's do 3 more left though here, wherever you are punching. And then come center. Nice job. We're going to do last little punches, and we've done these before. We're going to take it right to the sky. So lifting and punching. And we only take our arm. So if your range of motion is more in front of your face, that's okay. We don't want our back to arch. So if you start to go too high and see my back's arching, take it a lower range, okay? Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Beautiful. Okay, we're not done just yet. We're going to stay standing. And we're going to, today's theme, I know I said our mantra, but our theme today is getting nice and balanced for the holiday weekend ahead. And just remembering to find that balance. So we're going to do a nice big inhale, and you can do this seated. Nice big inhale. Exhale, true yogi here. We're just going to fold slowly. Soft bend in your knees. And go as slow until you finally come to that spot where you can release the neck, the shoulders. Everything releases. Finding that center, that intention. And then inhale, flat spine, halfway up. Squeeze at the top here, and then exhale, fold. Again, letting everything hang long, taking a moment to come back to that intention. And whenever we feel like we lose it, we come back to the breath, we come back to that intention. Last time, nice big inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And then slowly, we're going to bend our knees just a little bit. Slowly, slowly roll up, inch by inch, vertebrae by vertebrae, and all the way to the top. Nice job. All right, we are going to start here with our strength. So grab a drink, take your time getting set up and getting those weights or water bottles, or if you have wrist weights, those are good too. Nice job. All right, we are going to start with some weighted kettlebell swings. We don't have a kettlebell, but option to just use one weight, or if you want both of them, depending on how. I have 3-pound weights. So you're going to come with your feet a little wider. I'm going to put this down a little bit so you can see my feet. So again, we want to take our stance just a little bit wider so we have that good strong base. Take our toes pointed up and out and our heels in. We're going to take our weights in our hands, or like I said, if you just want one weight. And you don't have to have any weights, to be real honest, okay? You can do this without. So you're going to sit down in that squat and lift that weight. What we try not to do is lean forward, okay? It's nice and square over the hips no matter how low you get, and then lift, okay? So let's do it all together. We're going to do 10. So nice big inhale before we go. Sink it down. Exhale, lift. Inhale and exhale. Really squeeze the booty, squeeze the glutes as you lift. And weight is in those heels as you drive through the heels. You're pushing through the heels. Inhale and exhale, push it up. Nice job. Trying to keep nice and square over the hips, even if you can't sink very low. So if you just have a little slight knee bend, that's okay too. Let's do 5, 4, and 3, 2, last one, and lift. Nice job. Keeping those weights with us. We're going to come into our arm work here. So staying parallel, and you can sit, always sit if you need to. We're going to come into some bicep work, but we're going to come low W. So I know sometimes we come right in front of our body. We're going to come to the side first. So our elbows are out a little bit, okay? And we're just lifting and lowering. Again, option to sit, lifting and lowering. Nice job. You probably want to see my face now, huh? All right. Lifting and lowering. In that W, okay? Breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. Imagining that there's pressure to release as well. We want to use that resistance. That builds strength. We don't want to just let the arms fall. Let's do 3 more, and then we're going to add on. We're going to move it. So we've been doing the W, and then we're going to come front, squeeze it, move those elbows right back out to where we started into that W. So inhale forward. There we go. Nice job. Soft bend in those knees. Beautiful. Keep working. Keep breathing. We've layered on, and then I'll let you take a little break. And we want to challenge ourselves. Challenge is change. Nice job. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, exhale out to that W. Last one. Inhale it up, exhale down. Roll the shoulders. Maybe release them if you need to. We're going to come into our squats. Sorry if you can hear my children upstairs. Remote learning. All right. We're going to come into our squats using our chair, okay? And you can always do your squats where you just sit down in your chair and you get back up. That's an option too. All right, coming into our chair. So we're going to take our feet a little up, flat spine, long crown. From the crown of your head all the way to your tailbone is nice and long. Using your chair for some stability. Nice big inhale. Exhale, sink those hips down. Lifting the chest and pull back the abdomen. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Keep pushing. Put the weight in the balls of your feet and sink those booties back like you're sitting down in a chair. Nice job. Always using that chair for balance. Let's do 4 and 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Beautiful. Okay, moving into, we haven't done these. I think we've only done these one time, but we're going to do them again today. We're going to do our wall push-ups. And so then we'll do that series again where we did the W, front W, and then we'll cycle through that again, okay? So setting up for your wall. Sometimes it might be beneficial if you have one arm a little higher. I don't know if you can see that. One arm a little higher than my other arm. If that helps you get into it. But I'm going to take my arms in line with my shoulders. I'm going to spread my fingers wide. Again, that gives support and it takes the pressure off of my wrist. So I know old school, we always learn to keep our hands flat. But if you turn them out just a little bit, that takes pressure off the wrist. So turn them out, biceps are forward, stepping back just enough where as soon as you start to feel like you're leading with your tummy, you've gone too far. So then maybe you want to come in a little closer. So getting set up, and I always go up on my toes. That's just more comfortable for me. You can always keep it flat-footed. When we're ready, we inhale down. Exhale, you push away. Inhale and exhale. Keep breathing. Take breaks when you need it. So good. Keep working. You got this. All right, let's do 4 more. Inhale. Exhale when you push away from that wall. Squeeze that core. 2 more. And last one. Nice job. Slowly release. Maybe roll out those wrists. That feels good. Beautiful. Take that break. Take that drink. And then we are going to go back to our arms. Okay. So when you're ready, coming back to our W's in our biceps. So starting first, just with our W's, inhaling at the top, exhaling, release. Soft bend in your legs, or you may be seated. And just squeezing at the top and slow. We go slow so we feel the work in that release as well. Nice job. We'll do 4 more, and then we're going to do that layering where we do both together. Nice work. Beautiful. 1 more like this. And release. So we have W, and then we move it to the front. And we release W and front. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling to the front and out to that W. Nice job. Smile. Have fun. We want to create that joy in our movement. And lift. Let's do 4 more. 4 and 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. All right. Going in to our squats. Setting up that nice base, rolling those shoulders down and back, long spine. And we're going to sit into that chair, lifting the chest. Exhale, push through those heels. You got this. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Keep pushing yourself. You can do this. Feel nice and strong on this Friday, moving into our weekend. Keep pulling that belly back, using that core. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one, release. Nice work. Take a breath. Going into our wall push-ups. And then we have our kettlebell swings. And a tiny little bit of balance, and then a cool down. We got this. All right. When you're ready, again, setting up, shoulders distance away with here. Slightly turn those wrists out. Fingers get really nice and wide. And you step out, away from that wall. And as you inhale, you come into that wall. Exhale, lift. Really use your core. Think about really like if you had a string on your back, it was pulling your core. It was lifting your core. Like a little, almost like a puppet string. It would be pulling it up as you inhale down to that wall. Let's do 5, 4. Don't forget about that breath. And last one. Nice job. Release, maybe roll out those wrists. And we have those kettlebell swings that we did at the start. So we're going to finish this series with those kettlebell swings. Again, you can do these with no weight. Just having those hands in front of you, right like this. You can come right into this, okay? If you want to grab one weight or 2, depending on how much they are at your home. So, toes are up at an angle. We sit nice and tall. We roll those shoulders down and back. We take a nice big inhale. Exhale. Release. On this time, we're going to do an inhale. Sink those hips just a little bit. Exhale. Lift those weights. Inhale. Exhale. Release. Pushing through the heels. Long spine. Square over those hips. We try to keep that booty from pushing out. Okay, we want to stay nice and tall. 5, 4, 3. You got this. 2. And last one. Push and release. Nice work, friends. Beautiful job for this Friday morning. Take a little break here. Get some water. And then we'll do our last little balancing before we come into our cool down. This week went really fast. I don't know if that was the same for you. I felt like with teaching these sessions, it's made my weeks just fly. All right, we're going to come in to some balance. Option to always have your chair close. So I'm going to stand next to my chair here. I'm going to put weight in my right leg. So I'm just walking you through this right now. So you can just watch if you'd prefer, and then we'll start together. So I'm putting weight in my right leg. I'm squeezing my glutes. I'm standing nice and tall. I'm going to take that left leg in front of me, and I'm just going to come into a little leg lift. Now, if you want to challenge your balance even more, you can lift your arms, or you can just play with taking your fingertips off that chair and taking the left arm out to a T, okay? Lots of choices here. It's not about how high this leg gets. I want you to really think about reaching it forward, and as you do that, it will come to wherever naturally your highest point is, okay, for your mobility. So, nice big inhale, shrug those shoulders, release. Getting that nice base. You can do these leg lifts seated as well. Standing, choosing what arm variation. We're going to inhale the leg, reach it forward, exhale, down. Inhale it forward, exhale, down. Take these very slow, because no matter what level you are, whether you're holding your chair or releasing your arms, that right leg is going to dance a little. That ankle is shaking, mine's shaking, because we're using all these little tiny muscles to keep us nice and balanced. Let's do 5, 4, and 3, 2, sorry, my stomach's growling, and 1. I did eat breakfast. I don't know what that's about. All right, we've never done these. We've done side leg lifts. We're going to do a little variation, which I call a star. And so the one time that, not the only, but one of the few times I'll tell you that you can, if you have to lean a little bit, that's okay. Normally I tell you to keep that spine nice and long. Try not to dip right on the chair, but today I'm going to say that's okay. So you're going to, again, put that weight in that right leg. Get a nice base. Use the chair if you need it. As you inhale, you're going to start to come in to a star. Now, maybe you come here, and don't worry about, maybe you can only hold it for like a 2 count, and that's okay, and release, okay? So we're going to do it all together. Nice big inhale, get that base, start to point that toe, reaching the arms. Maybe you have one hand down and this is your star, that's okay. Maybe you have a baby star right here, that's okay too. Reach, 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 squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You're squeezing all of this using that core, and release. Nice work. We're going to do a couple more times of that, but we're going to take a break in between, right? Nice big inhales and exhales, setting up, okay? Release. Getting that base, pointing that toe, bringing that left arm up. Maybe you bring the leg up. Maybe you just point your toe and you're right here. You can keep that toe on the floor, or maybe you want to come up. Reach, 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 and release. Sorry, I was getting a foot cramp. If that happens, release. You saw me release and I was kind of pointing and flexing. That's normal. Sometimes our feet, they like to talk to us. Nice work. One more time. Getting that base, strong in that leg, point that toe. Maybe right here is where you are. Maybe you have a little lower, little baby star here. That's okay. Reach, squeeze, pull that core back. Exhale, release. Nice job. All right. Our balance, we got the other side, and then we'll be done. So, moving your chair if you needed to, putting weight in that left leg this time. And we're going to come into those leg lifts. So inhaling it, reaching it forward, exhale, release. Maybe you play with taking your hand off the chair or hovering. You're really squeezing the glutes, you're lifting the chest and pulling that core. I know that's lots of things to think about. Sometimes we just got to mentally tap into that mind-body connection lifting, and lowering. Nice job. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Release. Maybe shake out those hips and the legs, shake out the feet. We're going to come into our final strength pose, and we're going to come into that star, but on our right leg's going to go out. So again, strength in that standing leg. You can option to just point that toe, and this is your star right here. If you want to lift a little, make sure you have a bend in this standing leg. We don't want to hyperextend. So there is a subtle bend, and we squeeze all of this, cores engaged, and release. Now you see I didn't count because everybody's count is differently, and I want you to start to feel that in your body when it's time for you to release, because everybody has a different threshold, right? So inhale, shoulders up, exhale, roll them down, release. Get that base in that left leg, pointing that toe. Maybe you lift your arm, maybe you lift your leg. Maybe you come up wide. If you have to lean a little, that's okay. Reach, squeeze, 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 smile, smile, and release. Nice job. We're going to do that one more time, and then we're going to enter into our cool down because you have made it, friends. Last time here, base in that left leg. Option to just point your toe, or if you want to, make sure you get a bend in that leg and lift. Maybe you're here, maybe your star's a little smaller, lifting, breathing, and release. Nice job. All right. Staying standing if you choose. We're going to come into our cool down. You've done so well. You should feel so good. Inhale those arms up overhead, reaching like you're getting out of bed. So maybe play with that range of motion that feels good for you. We often just do what the teacher says, but if you're feeling like, I really just want to wiggle my hips, I want to pick up my toes a little bit, that's okay. Beautiful. We're going to stay lifted. We're going to take our right hand, grab our left palm, reach it high. And you can do this seated if that feels good. And you're just going to kind of reach up and over a little side twist, or not twist, I'm sorry, side bend. And exhale, release. Grab the right wrist with the left hand. Reach up first, get some length, and then maybe softly reaching over, feeling your side, get a nice stretch. Inhaling and exhaling. And release. Maybe taking those arms behind you. You don't have to interlace them if that doesn't feel good. You can just kind of grab them. Sitting nice and tall. Get those shoulders a nice stretch. Breathing. We connect back to our breath after our practice, back to our intentions. And release. Nice job. We're going to take our arms. We're going to inhale. Inhale to that big T. Exhale, right arm goes over left like a bear hug and wrap them around you. Maybe swing just gently side to side, giving yourself some love. Then we inhale again, nice and big. Exhale, right over left arm for that hug. Nice job. We're going to switch. We're going to go inhale big. This time take left arm over the right. Feel that different shoulder stretch there. Keep breathing. Inhale big. One more time, left over right. Hug yourselves. Visually think about giving yourself the love that you deserve for what you just did for your body, for what your body does for you. Celebrating that. Exhale, release. Let's do some shoulder rolls to the front. Nice job. Nice big inhales and exhales. If you've already wanted to take a seat and do these, you can absolutely do that. And when you're ready, we're going to switch directions. Inhaling up and exhaling those shoulders down and around. So wonderful. Beautiful. All right, one more. Inhale and exhale. Just like we started, we're going to take our hands on our hips and do those slow little rolls around and around. Just loosening back up the hips here. Nice job. Last one here. Coming to the top, inhaling, exhaling, opposite direction. Nice job. One more here. Beautiful. We're going to take a nice big breath just like we did at the beginning, and you can do this. I'll show you seated if you'd like. We've done this seated before, but if it doesn't hurt you to do standing, we're going to do our yoga breaths. So nice big inhale. Exhale, reach forward. If you're standing, same thing. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Come up and hinge over. Let everything, you're surrendering to this sacred space you've created, this time for yourself. You're letting everything hang long and release. Inhale, halfway lift. Spine is long. Exhale, release. Should feel nice maybe on the back, getting it stretched out. And inch by inch, vertebrae by vertebrae, slowly, slowly come back up to seated or standing. Finally, we are going to remember to feel balanced this weekend when it might feel a little chaotic with family traditions. If you are leaving and not staying with us, may you have a blessed Easter. But let's finish out with scooping up that love for ourselves, maybe scooping up some love for our families this weekend, our loved ones. So a nice big inhale, lifting that love up, and exhale, release. One more time, friends. Nice big inhale of love, and exhale, release. Nice job. Well done. I'm going to come up here to you. Thank you all for joining me this Friday morning. Thank you, Judy. Have a wonderful Easter. It's going to be a sunny weekend. I don't know if you remember last Easter. I sure do. One, COVID. Yes, I remember because it was COVID. But it was very cold, very, very rainy, windy, kind of windy rain. I don't know if that's a thing, but it was. And we still, the kids just love Easter and the Easter Bunny. So we made it work, but we have some very chilly children in the pictures of our last Easter in our front yard. Thank you, Gretchen. Happy Easter, Beverly. Hopefully, I'll see you all on Monday. Wonderful. We have a little bit. Well, we don't actually. I ran over a little bit. That happens sometimes. But we'll take a few minutes. We'll just take a couple of minutes here. So get rehydrated. Make sure you're drinking your water, taking those breaths, and we will come right back into it here. I'm just going to check on my stomach. You ever have those mornings where it is really hungry and I'm not sure why? I'll go check on my children real quick, and then we'll get ready for our next session. And so I hope if you're staying with me, you'll stay with me for the next Thank you, Linda. I'm back, everyone. Oh, okay, Gretchen, wonderful. Sometimes that happens, right? We have the best intentions and things happen. So I'm glad that you're here. So we're going to go ahead and get started because I'm a little behind because I ran over on the last class. But we have till 11:30, so we'll definitely get our 30 minutes in of each class regardless. So if you're staying, I'm so glad, and we will continue our work this morning. So we're going to start with our shoulder shrugs seated. So as you inhale those shoulders up to your ears, exhaling them down. Nice job. Just nice big shoulder rubs. Maybe, move that neck around. I encourage you to always explore movement with your body and what feels good. Of course, doing it safely, but this movement should not hurt. And then maybe release, coming back to neutral. We're going to switch directions with those shoulders. Inhaling them up to the ears and exhaling them around. Nice job. Inhaling and exhaling. Couple more. And coming back to that center neutral spine. We are going to take our arms up, inhaling, and exhale. Just push them down, release them. Inhale, exhale, release. Nice job. Inhaling, exhale, release. This time we're going to inhale, but this time we're going to exhale. We're going to split those arms and release. Left arm is going to go over that right leg, sitting nice and tall, either looking right down from your eye line or maybe slightly looking back to get that spine a little twist. Inhale to center. Let's split it to the left. Exhale, split those arms, sitting nice and tall. And inhale, center. Exhale, split back to that right side. I'm going to sneeze, sorry. Bless me. I didn't want to sneeze into the mic. Inhale up, exhale, release. Inhaling center and release. Nice job. All right, we are going to take our feet out in front of us and point and flex our toes, just warming up our feet. Nice job. You can't see my feet. Sorry. There they are. When you feel complete, you can start to make gentle rolls with the feet, the ankles. Inhaling, using that breath work, still sitting nice and tall in your chair. And when you've done a couple and feel complete, start to switch the directions. And I encourage you to keep that pointing and flexing movement as you're doing these little rolls. Couple more. And then we'll release. We're going to take our right leg, we're going to lift it. Little knee extensions here, just warming up the leg and the joints. And lifting and lowering. Nice work. And two more. We'll switch the other side. Last one. Release. And we go to that left side. Bending and extending that knee safely. Maybe flexing the feet when they come up so you can feel the stretch in the calf and the back of the leg. Excuse me. Let's do 2 more. And last one. Beautiful. Option here to take your feet out just like this. Option 2, as you take your feet out, add your arms, coming into warming up our entire body. You can do these step out standing as well if you're feeling a little sassy this morning and like you want a little extra. Always variations in class. Doing what serves your body this morning. 5. Keep that breath. 3. And 2. And 1. Nice job. Release. Slowly coming up to stand if you choose. All right, we are going to get ready to use our weights, but I want you to have the chair handy. We're going to warm up our feet, warm up our arms. So we're going to come into just lifting and lowering those heels. Maybe you add those arms, kind of like we did with the step outs. Maybe you slowly bring those arms out. Maybe your arms come right here and in. Maybe a little bigger. Squeezing at the top as you lift those heels. Doesn't matter how high your heels get off the ground. It's just challenging that balance, and it is warming up the feet, which are important. We use our feet a lot. We stand on them a lot, right? So we want to warm them up too. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. All right, coming into our strength. So grab a drink before we start. Coming into our strength portion. And like I said, today's theme a little bit for these classes are balance as we go into the holiday weekend. Keeping that balance in mind when things maybe feel not so balanced, okay? So keeping those weights close, I should say. Don't grab them yet. But we're going to come to our chair for our squats. So you can always do this direction. I'm just going to come this way. And I want you to take your feet maybe just a little bit wider today. I know we come a little parallel. I'm challenging you this morning. Take them a little wider, and your toes, I'm going to move my screen, sorry. My toes are up as always, pointed up at an angle. That really just protects our knees. So I'm taking a little bit of a wider stance. We call this a wide W, okay? A wide V, I'm sorry, not W. I don't know what I was thinking. Wide V. So staying nice and tall. We inhale, start to sink those hips and keeping square so we don't hinge forward even if we're only coming a little bit. Exhale, push through. You can use your chair. Exhale, push, okay? So let's do 10 of those. Inhale and push. Option as well is you can bring those hands to prayer if that feels good for you. That's testing our balance. That's another way to add a layer of difficulty and rather just a challenge for our body. We have to really use our core. Make sure you're squeezing. Think of it like a zipper, pushing up, and you're zipping up the body as you come up. Nice job. 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Nice job. Bring those feet in. Maybe shake those hips. Now, I should mention, if this wide position hurts your hips, you can come a little closer. Always work with your mobility. I can't see you, unfortunately. Someday I'll be able to see you in person, and that makes it a little easier for me to kind of see where your range of mobility is. But if you ever feel like wide V is too much for your hips, then just bring it in a little closer. And as always, part of that is just only going as deep as feels comfortable for you, okay? We are going to add our weights. So we're going to come right back to where we were. So for balance, I'm going to give you some options here. You can have that chair right in front of you for balance. You can use, let's just do that. Let's just do one arm. So we're going to do one arm and then we'll switch. I want you to be able to feel stable. So coming back into the toes out, heels in, coming back into the squat. So as we inhale, we're going to curl, exhale, release. So inhale, exhale, release that bicep. As always, you don't have to use a weight. You can use what I call OK fingers as you bend and release, okay? So let's do 10 of those all together. Ready? Inhale, sink those hips down. Exhale, release. Only going as deep in this squat that feels good for you, okay? Because it's not about how low we get. It's about building that strength. So taking it slow and think about that zipper. Let's do 4 and 3. Nice job. And last one. Release. Maybe bring those legs in again. Give them a little shake before we switch to the other side. You got this. I know I'm challenging you. We're doing some new moves you may not have ever done or maybe not done in a while, but we just listen to our bodies. We take it only to that, I call it the edge. An edge is just, it's supposed to be uncomfortable, right, to change, but it shouldn't be painful. But we want to challenge our bodies a little bit to move in that, okay? So taking those heels out again, toes in, we're going to put the weight in our left arm this time. Keeping that chair there for your balance. You can keep your hand on it the whole time. As you inhale, sink the hips down just a little bit. Exhale, rise up. Inhale and exhale. You got this. Breathing, squeezing the core, finding the joy. Don't forget to smile. It's a beautiful Friday morning. We're in this community of movement together. It's a beautiful thing. Let's do 5 and 4. Nice work. Exhaling on the way up. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Nice job. Beautiful. All right. I'm going to move my chair here. Grab a drink. Before we move on. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks, Mary. I'm so glad you're staying. So grab that drink of water before we continue. So if you're just joining me, if I missed that, sorry. I cannot see your comments when I have the screen big. And I like having the screen big, but maybe I should make it smaller so when I see you guys hop on, that's better. Maybe I should do that. So I feel bad if I can't see your comments. But the theme of this week, or this today's session, has just been about balance as we move into the holiday weekend. So that's why we're doing a lot of kind of multi movements with strength and balance today. As always, you don't have to layer on, you don't have to use weights, all right? But if you're ready, coming back into that strength and balance, okay? So we're going to stand nice and tall, and you can always have your chair in front of you for that balance. So we kind of did this the last session, but this time we're going to keep our weights if you choose. So putting some weight into this left, sorry, I'm going to put my weight down, into that left foot. You're going to take that right foot in front. You're going to take that arm like a shoulder press, like a field goal position. Your arms want to try to stay at 90 where they're shoulder length, but if you need to drop lower range, that's okay. So squeezing that leg, and as you lift your foot, push that weight to the sky. So lengthening, point that toe, and lift that weight. Nice job. Lifting and lowering. You can also do this with no weights right here. You could do this seated. When we do our knee extensions as we're sitting, you can do this just the same seated. Lifting and lowering. Let's do 4 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, and nice job. Release, maybe roll out the shoulder. All right, we're going to move on, and then we'll switch sides, I promise. So I'm going to put my chair in front of me actually, I'm going to put it side so you can see me. Sorry about that. So I'm going to step back. This is not a lunge. I'm just stepping my right foot back. I'm going to keep my hand on my chair. I'm going to take my weight up and over into a tricep. Option to not use a weight. You can come right here, okay? Only going, it's almost like you're patting yourself on the back. You're only going, if you can't reach, that's okay. We're just trying. So we're going to take our arm and lift. Just lifting that weight up over our head, pulling that core back. Your chair is there for balance. You can do these seated. Remember I said always seated options. Stay nice and tall in your chair and lifting. You want to think about lifting from the elbow, not swinging the arm. As much as possible, try not to swing. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and release. Nice job. Shake it out. Get a drink of water before we do the other side. Good morning, Kathy. Wonderful that you've joined again this morning. All right. Getting set up for our other side. We're going to have that chair next to us for that stability. We're going to put most of the weight in this right leg, squeezing the glutes. Option to not have the weight, but they're going to come into that field goal position again. And as you inhale, you're reaching the leg forward and lifting that weight. All right, let's do 10 all together. Inhale and exhale. Keep pushing shoulder, doing little shoulder presses here with that leg. So we're creating more of a difficult movement. Not that you cannot do it, because I know you can. But we're just challenging that balance as we're using these muscle groups here. Let's do 5. Keep that breath work. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Roll out the shoulder, maybe shake those hips a little bit before we go on. So we did those triceps. Again, you can bring the left foot back just to have, this is just to create a little different movement instead of just sitting, but you still have a nice base where you should feel pretty stable. And as always, you have your chair close, an option to sit. So we're going to take that weight up and over like we're giving ourselves a pat on the back, and we're going to lift. We hold that core nice and close. We don't let the stomach fall forward as much as possible. We squeeze and we lift. Nice job. Try not to make the shoulder swing. The arm doesn't swing. This is a slow, intentional movement. You got this. Breathe. 5, 4. Keep that spine nice and long. And 2. Last one. Release. Beautiful work, friends. Nice job. Nice work. All right. Last little bit of coming into our strength. So grab a drink. We'll finish that last little movement, and then you will be ready for your cool down. So I'm going to let you have this chair. I want you to have this chair here for stability, and you can also sit. So I'm going to bring my weights with me. I'm going to keep my chair. Now, we're actually, if you choose, we can do one arm at a time. So we're going to lift our heels, lift our arm forward and down, and then bring it forward and down. If you're feeling extra sassy this morning, you can come into both arms and legs raised and then come forward. Whatever you choose, we'll do it together both sides. So anyone that's wanting to do just one arm is okay. We work with what we're given. When you're ready, we're going to take this very slow because we're testing our balance. The last strength workout of class. So let's challenge ourselves to push through. Nice big inhale. Roll those shoulders down and back. Stay nice and tall. Inhale. Lift those heels. Squeeze and release. Take those arms forward. Squeeze and release. If you're doing one-handed, inhale up, exhale down. Take that weight forward and exhale down. As always, no need to use weights if that doesn't serve you. Inhale, squeeze the glutes, release. Inhale and exhale. Don't forget to smile. Inhale and exhale. We're taking this slow because as we come up off those heels, I'm having you squeeze and really test your balance. Beautiful. Last one. Inhale forward. Exhale, release. Shake out those shoulders. Maybe shake out those feet. We're going to do that one more time just in case you were a participant that wanted to use one arm, and that's okay. If you use both, you can do just what I'm doing, and I'll do both weights again. Okay? That's an added layer of difficulty. Okay? So when you're ready, getting nice and set up, rolling those shoulders down and back. Ready? We're going to do 10, and then you've made it to the glorious cool down. Nice big inhale, squeeze, exhale, release. I saw somebody write something. Couldn't get any sound. Everybody else, you can hear me? I'm talking. I know that let's finish this, and I'm gonna update you on the sound issue that some of you have been having. Let's just finish out our reps here, and then we'll discuss that as a group here. Beautiful. I know it's frustrating for those of you that have had the sound issue. I know that as we play back these videos, I haven't noticed any. Two more. I haven't noticed that the feed cuts out. So without being next to your computer, it's hard for me to be able to show you or help you. But I sure want to make sure that everyone can hear me. So let's go into our cool down, and then I promise. Okay, you can hear me, Kathy. Okay. All right, let's start our cool down. Seated here. Let's do a nice big inhale and exhale. Release. One more time. Nice big inhale. Exhale. Release. Let's take this right leg. Let's extend it. Flex that foot. And then you see I pointed it down and slide it back in. So inhale, point, or flex, sorry. Exhale, point, and drag that foot back. Inhale, flex. Exhale, point, pause, and bring it back in. One more time. Inhale, exhale, release. Other leg. Inhale, up that flexed foot, point, and slide it back. Inhale, exhale, release. Two more times here. Sitting nice and tall, maybe closing your eyes for this portion. Connecting back to your breath, giving yourself grace for what we just did in this practice. We're going to take our hands, give each other virtual high fives, and then exhale, release, and maybe round that spine. Maybe wiggle out any kinks. And inhale, sit nice and tall, and then roll out those wrists. Nice job. Inhale, push those arms forward, virtual high fives. Exhale, interlace those fingers around the spine. Inhale, slowly release and roll out those hands. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, nice big high fives. Interlace those fingers. Exhale, round the spine. Breathing and release. Nice job. We're going to do one at a time. We're going to take one arm at a time, up and over, inhaling and exhaling. Up and over. Two more, then we'll switch. Nice job. All right, opposite direction. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful work, friends. Nice big breaths. One more and release. Let's do the other side. Inhale, forward. Exhale, around. Inhale, forward and around. Connecting back to your breath, feeling grounded to your practice. One more time. Release. Let's switch directions. Going back. Inhale up to the back and reach and release. Inhale it back and release. Nice job. Two more. And release. Beautiful. All right. Taking those feet forward. We're going to do a nice big inhale. Exhale. Just start to reach the spine towards those toes. You may not touch them. That's okay. Slide the hands down. If you can reach your toes, that's great. If not, don't worry about it. Release the spine. Nice big breaths. Taking a moment in this silence to really give yourself some grace for the breath that you're given, for the movement. We often in life just go right on to the next task or chore that we need to get done for the day. But sometimes it's really important to just take a moment and really soak up all the efforts of your practice, of your morning, and enjoy the stillness. All right. Slowly, slowly roll yourself back up. Final practice is scooping up that glorious love for yourself, maybe your family for this Easter holiday. So nice big inhale. Exhale. Release, let it go. Last time, nice big inhale. And exhale. release. Nice job. I'm going to come up there closer to you here. All right, Karen, you can hear me. That's great. So, I'm really not sure what I don't know if it's Facebook, or if it's the people's computers, that they can't hear me. I've talked to the media coordinator at the center. I couldn't think of the word. And so we're just working on it. We're just trying to figure out what we can do. I would be curious rather if any of you have ever had any experience with Zoom. Excuse me. Um, Zoom is something you can access from your computer. I have a Zoom account. That's what I use for my studio when we have to do online. And so I'm wondering, that's the question I'm going to pose to the center. Would Zoom maybe be a better? Okay, wonderful, Giselle. So just throwing things out there, seeing if Zoom would maybe be a better platform for all of you to hear. Um, I know that Facebook can be a little tricky with um, getting kicked off and lots of other things. Zoom gives you a meeting number, so no matter what, if you got kicked off, it doesn't kick me off. And so if that were to happen, you could always get right back in, which is what I like about Zoom. But we'll just continue to brainstorm for those of you that are having trouble. I made sure that I've been charging my mic since we met on Wednesday, just to make sure that my mic was good and charged and nothing was disrupting that today. So praying that, everything goes well. Um, so I would love to hear any what has been maybe your favorite movements that we've been doing together. Do you have a favorite one that maybe you hadn't done before or hadn't done in a while, that you're really enjoying? I would love to hear that feedback. How do you feel about the um, squat variations that I'm having you do? Those can be kind of tricky, but they're really good for you. So I would love to hear your feedback if you have any to give. I'm just reading your comments and making sure I haven't missed anyone. Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Kathy. I like to hear that stuff because I know that my background might be a little different, um, teaching style. So I love that you love the squats and the balance. I personally, when I discovered bar, and growing up, I had done a lot of different sports and weightlifting and CrossFit, and it was very interesting to me the minor changes that bar incorporates into your body, as in those squats that I was showing you, really took the pressure off my spine, took the pressure off my knees, because we're always taught to do parallel, which is not, parallel squats are not a bad thing, but learning that, oh, you're so welcome, Karen. Yes, and I will continue to do that as much as possible because I think it's really important to have modifications for everyone so it's a workout that everyone can do. Um, so it was incredible to me to see just the difference in um, the pressure it took off my knees. And again, not that parallel squats are bad, but what we're learning, um, is everybody's mobility, and what I mean by that, range of motion. So some people have more flexibility and can do a parallel squat and have beautiful form and it not hurt their knees. And then there's other people, myself included. I've always had really tight hips, and not flexible. Bar, and thank you for asking, Karen. And I'm going to spell it for you. It's a little play on word here. That's how you spell bar. Bar is started in the 60s, actually, and a lot of people in like the United States, we're always slow to get things right. Um, but it's been since the 1960s, and it started out more as bar ballet, and that still exists. Um, but that's not how I was trained. That, of course, there's been some variations in bar, but bar is based off of Pilates. That's where it kind of came from, Pilates and ballet. So in my studio, we have a ballet bar, but we're not dancers. I'm not classically trained. We're not doing anything that technical. Do we use some terminology like a plie and first position, second position? We do, but it's more using those tiny little isometric movements in our body that we don't use in any other workout. So they're really fine motors. We're working on flexibility, posture, um, balance. So all things that I'm so excited to breathe life into this space with you all, because it really is, elements of bar are for everybody, every age. There are things that we do that are good for everyone. So I'm just excited to show you um, maybe some new ways that fitness has changed and grown. And when I found bar, I was just kind of blown away about um, how hard it worked my body, even though the movements we were doing were really, really tiny. For the most part, you're not doing um, large range of motions. It's very low impact, uh, excuse me, and very subtle movements. And so that's kind of where those squats and balancing comes from in my background, as I kind of incorporate a little bit of that. So I'm glad that you were enjoying that, Kathy, and hopefully others. And so, yeah, that's kind of a little bit more about me and my philosophies. So why don't we're going to, I'm kind of early, and I think it's just because of sometimes I do that. um, so I'm going to grab a drink and I'm going to check on my kids. I could hear them upstairs. I'm always like, you have to be really quiet. Mommy's working, boys. They're having fun as long as they're being good, right? That's okay. Um, so I'm going to go check on them real quick, and then we will start our last session. And just like we did on Wednesday, my last session was more about balance and like really balance. So we didn't do a lot of weights. I wanted you to just use your balance. And that's the other beautiful thing about my practice with bar and Pilates, is that you really are using the muscles. You don't necessarily need weights to build that strength. So we're going to do some of those movements, and then we'll get ourselves all balanced and ready for our Easter weekend with our family and friends, or maybe just family. I know COVID's kind of an interesting time as far as what we can do, and I hope everyone's staying safe. But I hope you all are able to find some community, um, no matter if it's just one person, and celebrate Easter, go to church, or maybe church online. I know we've done that a few times to keep ourselves safe. So I will be right back, and we will finish our last session together. Sorry, friends. You know, you go to check on the kids and then I think they thought I was done this morning and I was like, I still have work. So, I'm sorry about a little longer delay than I meant to upstairs. Um, so we're going to get started and then head on into our Easter break with hopefully some balance and restored energy. So I'm going to make myself big and we're going to start our warm up together. And I always gotta go a little lower here. Okay. Having our water handy as usual. I don't know if I mentioned, friends, but eventually, hopefully, I'm working with a friend to get me some pretty color back here, some art of some kind. So when we are in these sessions, we can have something other than a blank wall to look at. All right. We're going to start nice big. Inhale, sitting nice and tall. Exhale, release. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's just do two more. Really grounding our spirits this morning. Exhale, release. One more time. Exhale. We're going to take our chin to our chest and then slowly inhale, take our gaze to the ceiling, and in your breath work, exhale, chin to chest, relaxing the shoulders as your chin comes down. Sometimes we want to hold tension in our shoulders, but try really hard to fight against it, and release. On this last release, maybe just holding, maybe taking those hands and interlacing on top of your head if that feels good. And slowly release, coming back to that neutral spine. We're going to inhale, look towards the left and hold. Exhale, come center. Inhale, twisting to the right, that spine a little bit, gentle. And exhale to neutral. One more time. Inhale to the left. Exhale, center. Inhaling to the right. And exhale, center. Nice job. We're going to stretch out our hands here. So taking your hands in fists this time, rolling them around. Couple directions each way. Maybe rolling it this way. Start warming up the shoulders. So we've done those wrists. Maybe you can keep those wrists going if that doesn't cause too much confusion with the coordination. It can sometimes. So just start rolling those arms and we're working those shoulders. So kind of exaggerate a little bit. Get silly with your shoulders. We're warming up our shoulders here. And then maybe you reverse it. Get wiggly in that chair. Creating that movement that feels good for you. Nice job. We're going to take our arms into those feel gold positions. And we're going to inhale, up, exhale, pull those arms back. Inhale, up, exhale, release. Warming up those shoulders together, sitting nice and tall in your chair, and remembering to keep those belly buttons pulled back. Let's do two more. Inhaling up, exhaling, pull. Inhaling up, exhaling, pull. We're going to start to do some circles. If this feels okay for you, you're going to reach those arms to the right and circle around. Really feeling that spine, maybe your side body. Get a little bit of a stretch and pull it back. Inhaling, reach, and as you exhale, you come around. One more time. Inhale, and exhale, coming back to that neutral spine. We're going to take the direction in the opposite. So inhaling to the left, exhale, reach, 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 long spine, and coming back center. Beautiful work. Keep reaching and keep breathing. Always coming back center, inhaling before you come around to exhale. And one more time. Inhale and exhale. All right, we're going to start warming up our bottom half. So if you want to stay right here and come into marches, you can. If you're feeling like I need a little bit more today, Jamie, then you can absolutely stand, keeping your chair next to you, just coming into marches. If you want to test your balance, maybe option to bring your hands up and take this as slow as you need to, pausing to get that stability before lifting that other leg. You can always hover that hand if you're choosing to stand. Reaching. Beautiful. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. We're going to come into those steps, but then I want you to step forward, step to the side, and step back. All right? So we're going in a little bit of direction, so take this as slow as you need. Step to the left, forward, to the right, and back. Nice job. Step, step. You got this. Just creating that movement a little bigger today. As always, you can stay seated and come into those marches. Nice job. Stay nice and grounded, moving at your pace. Let's do that one more time. Left, forward, right, and back. Nice job. So open up that chest. Nice big inhale. Exhale, really reach, 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 and let it go. One more time. Inhale and exhale. All right. Grabbing a drink, getting yourself ready for our next little strength session. So glad so many of you are still here for this final session. As I said, we're probably not going to use a ton of weights this time. We're really going to use our bodies. That's the greatest gift we have. And we can really give ourselves a lot of balance and strength by just using our own body. All right. So, coming into our strength portion, keeping that chair close to you. You can do this. I should have showed you this. You can do this in your chair. We're just going to lift our heels to start. I'm going to lower this so you can see my feet. So if you're staying seated, you're just going to lift those heels up, warming up those feet, just like this. If you want more, get that heart rate up, just add those arms. You can go all the way up, or you can stay lower range of motion. So that's where we're going to stay if you choose to stay seated. If you're going to stand, you're going to use your chair here, coming nice and firm, standing, squeezing as you lift. I'm going to show it to you. So standing nice and tall, squeeze and release. And again, it's not about how high those heels get. I will tell you, when I first started doing mobility exercises with my feet, I only could get about this high off the ground. So it is it's progression, not perfection. And that's at any age. We let go of that perfection and we just work with where we are, feeling strong, that we get to move. That are so important. Keep squeezing. We're going to do 2 more, an option even if you're seated. I want you to come up and I want you to hold. You're going to hold that squeeze, hold those heels however your length, your height is, and you're squeezing. Maybe you play with taking your hands off the chair for a moment. Maybe you bring them up a little higher. Maybe you bring them out to the side. Just squeeze and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, release. Nice job. Start to just rock a little bit here. So coming up on the toes and then lifting those toes up. Nice job. Keeping your hand on that chair for balance. Nice work. 3 and 2 and 1. All right, shake out those feet. We're going to move to the wall for push-ups, but this time we're going to do it a little different. I don't think we've ever done this before, so this is going to incorporate that balance and strength I was talking about. So let me set it up for you first, and then we'll do it together. So, as always, we come to our arms shoulder width apart. Slightly turn those hands out because that takes pressure off the wrist, and our biceps are turned forward. Then we step out to our edge. And when I say edge, it means you only go as far as feels comfortable. So once your back feels like it's arching, like mine is right now, or if my stomach is leading, then you need to step your feet in closer because we want to lead with our chest, not our core. Okay? So you're going to come into this push-up. And to start, we're going to alternate here. So we're going to go inhale down, exhale, release. Then we're going to take this right leg back. You can option just leave it pointed here, or you're going to lift it. Squeezing and lifting. All right? We'll do that all on one side. Take a 60-second break or longer. And of course, always, always, always take a break. And if it does not serve you, if you try to do the foot lift and that doesn't feel good for you, then stick right with normal push-ups. Okay? I like to give options for anyone who wants to try, but there's also nothing wrong with staying with what feels good for you. So, setting up, get that nice base. Biceps are forward. We're going to inhale the chest forward, exhale, push. Take that right leg back, point that toe. Inhale, lift that leg just a little bit. Exhale, release. Here we go again. Regular push-up here. Inhale with the chest leading. Exhale, released. Take that right leg back. Inhale and exhale. Release. Nice work. Keep pushing. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe you keep that foot just on the ground a little bit. That's fine too. Inhale, regular. Exhale, push away. Point that toe. Squeeze the glutes when you're lifting that leg. One more time. Inhale, normal push-up. Release. Taking that toe back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, release. Nice job. Roll out those wrists. Those become, maybe you want to pull your wrist back. Get a little stretch this way. And then release, pull it down. I just realized my son's yoga mat is over here, this panda bear thing. Kind of cute the way it looks like it's peeking out at you. Rolling out. Nice job. So grab a drink. We're going to do that again. Thank you, Kathy. Have a wonderful Easter. So take your time before we get to the other side. Beautiful. So glad you all were able to join me today. All right, let's get set up for our other side. So again, your choice is just stay with those push-ups. If that balance routine did not feel good for you, that's okay. So we're going to take our arms back to the wall and we're going to alternate. So slightly get those wrists turned out, big wide fingers. Leading with your heart chest here. Inhale. Exhale, push up. Step that left leg back. Squeeze. Option to just leave your foot on the floor, just touching. And when you're ready, inhale down. Exhale, push. Step that left foot back. Inhale and exhale, release. Nice big inhale, lead with the chest. Exhale, push back. Taking that left foot back again. Inhale and exhale. One more time, each way. Inhale, push up. Exhale, release. Last leg lift. Back behind you. Inhale and exhale, release. Nice job. Roll out the wrist. We're going to do that wrist stretch again because that's a lot on our wrist. Nice work. Just start to roll them out each direction. Maybe taking that right hand forward, slightly just pulling those fingers back to feel the stretch in that wrist. Nice job. Exhale. Just slightly gently pull them forward. And the other side. Inhale, slightly pull that wrist back. And exhale, release. Beautiful work. All right, we are going to grab a drink and move on to our other section. Oop. All right. So adding on to our balance, your chair can be here for support. If you don't need it, too close, but I'm going to move mine up a little further. So this is not a lunge. This is balance. Remember, everything today is centering ourselves for this wonderful Easter holiday and challenging our balance. So I'm just stepping my foot back, and either you can leave your hand up here or you can bring your hands here, and you're going to step up and step back. So lift. If you want, I'm going to move this down just a little bit so you can see my feet. Another option, this is what I love about options. The other option is you can bring it slowly up and then bring that knee up and release. So this is not fast. So please know we're going to take this very slow. And you can use your hand the whole time for stability. You can leave your toe right here, or you can bring it up and release. And back down. All right? So inhale. Nice job. You're just holding for a moment. Every time you come back into a movement, it's slow and thoughtful as you're bringing that leg up and back down. Option, if this does not serve you, you can absolutely sit in your chair. Those of you that are doing those, keep doing those. If you're sitting in your chair, you can just lift slowly and release. But keep that spine long and still hold for a moment, okay? That's still working for sure. Lifting and lowering. Okay, wherever you are, get yourself back to this starting position. And we're going to come up, slide that toe. Maybe you're just going to hover the toe a little bit. Maybe you're going to bring it up. Squeezing, squeezing. Maybe you're going to hover that hand off. Maybe both hands. Lots of options. Maybe you want your hands on your hips. Lifting the chest, squeezing the core no matter where you are, and release. Nice job. Let's do that again. All right. Taking it, I have really dry skin this morning. I'm so sorry. I keep itching my arms. All right. So option, you're just going to point that toe. Maybe this is the balance you need right here. If not, we're going to challenge ourselves to bring that foot up. Maybe bring the leg off, or the arm, excuse me, or maybe the other arm. Squeezing the glute that's standing, that standing leg, and you're definitely pulling that core and you're squeezing. Breathe and release. Nice job. Shake it out. Grab a drink. And then we'll do all of that again on the other side. Beautiful. Take your time getting your drink and whatever serves you. You have time, I promise. All right, I'm setting up my chair for that second side. So my right leg is going to be forward. My left leg just stands nice and firmly behind me. It is not a lunge. It just steps back. So up to parallel legs and step it back. So option to take that left hand in front of you, and you're going to come up slowly, lifting, and slowly step that leg back. So here's your variation, just coming right here to a toe touch with the feet down, or you bring it up, and you can either put that foot back down and slide back, or when you're coming up, you can just float that leg back. That's a little balance. Yes, we got this. Taking this very slow. As you can tell, I haven't really been counting this series, and there's a reason. I don't care about the number at all. I care about you practicing your beautiful balance, building that strength and that coordination, which is important every day, no matter what age we are. So I want you to build that for you. Nice job. Your ankle's going to dance a little bit. Again, if you want to test, you can come up. I'm sliding my foot. I'm bringing it up and sliding it down. You hear my breath. My breath is increasing. It's taking that cardio just a little bit. Wherever you are, do one more. Make this one your best balance. If you're seated, you're just lifting those legs, remember, and coming back. Nice work. Maybe shake out the hips, shake out the feet if they started to talk to you, which is normal because we're putting a lot of weight for a specific amount of time on those feet so they can start to talk to you. Nice big breaths. Connecting back. If your breath started to be elevated or you felt lightheaded, always, always, always sit, take a break, get hydrated. A little bit of out of breath is okay for our heart, but we don't want to feel like we're going to fall over, right? So going back into the other side, again, coming here, lifting that left leg up, and exhale, release. Maybe you come here, maybe you lift the arms, and release. You're always inhaling that foot up, or maybe you're just pointing the toe, and that's still balance. Or maybe you're coming up a little higher. Maybe your hands stay the whole time. That's okay too. You're still working, I promise. Inhale, lifting, squeezing, and release. Inhale up and release. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling and release. Beautiful. Shake out the legs. Nice work. Maybe grabbing a drink. I wish we had bands because that's what I would. I have a piece of hair in my face. I would use a band. Hopefully, we'll get to those someday. But our next movement, and you take your time, take your break. I'm just going to show you before we do it all together. So you're going to keep that chair with you. And we're going to put weight in our right leg. We're going to kick up that heel. Now, this is what I always instruct here. I'd rather you have your leg lower if that feels better for you, because the main objective is trying to get this heel to your booty. So if you have to drop your leg a little bit to get there, then do that, okay? So all we're going to do is the foot is flexed. We're going to push our heel back behind us. So trying not to slide our knee, right? It's all muscle. And don't panic if you're not quite there. We're going to build this together. So keeping that foot flexed, all you're going to do is squeeze and push that heel. It doesn't have to be, you can see it's not a huge range of motion because I want you to keep the knees in line. So you don't want this knee to come all the way forward. You want it to stay in line with that leg. Maybe I need to show you this way. Is that better? So I want to keep this knee right in line, and I'm pushing my heel like I'm going to kick something behind me. So just kick it behind you, and you're still using that chair, okay? So let's keep pushing together, using that core. We stay nice and lifted. You have the chair for support. 3 more. Kick that heel. Last one. So now we're going to add on. You're going to kick, just a little kick. You're not going to touch your booty. That's okay. And then push it back, just like we started. So heel, little pulse, push it back. At any point this outside hip starts to talk to you, come down, shake it out, okay? So push and kick. 4, 3, keep pulling that core back. 2, and release. Maybe shake out those hips. If this feels good, you can step back on your chair and push those sit bones back so you can feel the back of your leg get a nice stretch. That might feel nice. And you can also rock the legs forward just a little bit to get that stretch, okay? Nice job. All right. One more thing on this side, and I'm going to stand front ways to you because I feel like that might be a better way to show you. Last little bit of strength workout that we've never done together, and we're just going to rock it out. So we're going to get solid into that right leg again. You're going to bend that leg, and you're going to lift this leg up. So use that chair and lift. Come right back in. It's not going to be big, friends. I don't want you to overthink this movement that it has to be up here, because here's the thing. This is hip mobility and flexibility. This is hurting me so much to get that high. It's not about height. So you're just squeezing, you're flexing the heel, and you're lifting that hip. We're working that hip mobility. Even if you have tight hips or you've had a hip surgery, this is not going to hurt you. This is strengthening. So just little movements. 3, 2, and last one. Beautiful. Stretch out. Maybe you bring the chair forward. Stretch out those hips just like we did before. Grab yourself a drink. We're going to do all of that again on the other side. And then we do a cool down, and you get to have your beautiful weekend, your beautiful Easter holiday. I'm very excited that we get some beautiful sunshine this weekend. All right. Take your time. Take your time. You got this. All right. So that challenging move we did, we got this. So again, I'll walk you through it, and then we'll do it together. So standing nice and tall, flat back, shoulders rolled down and back the spine, putting weight into that left leg, bending your heel. So you're flexing that heel. If you need to come a little lower, just make sure we're engaging the glutes and the hamstrings here. So we're just going to push the heel back. And you're making sure that this standing leg has a slight bend. Try not to hyperextend our knee. We want a bend in it. See, if I'm coming forward, I have a bend in it, okay? So all together, standing nice and tall, using that chair for support, pushing that heel back behind you, squeezing, feeling the booty work as well as your hamstring. Take breaks when you need it. As I said, I am challenging your balance. So if your feet start to talk to you or your hamstring, please, please, please take a break, come down, and stretch it out. Okay? 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. What I love about this movement is if we're really squeezing and thinking about pushing the heel back, we are shaking a little bit in our core, yes, because we really have to use our core to stay lifted and use those muscles, right? We didn't even need any weights. We are the weight, right? All right, going into our combo here. So again, strong base in that left leg, flexing that heel. We're going to push it back and then a little pulse. Squeeze that heel back and then bring it towards your booty. It's tiny. Squeeze it back and lift. Keep that chest nice and tall as much as you can. Nice work. Let's do 5. Keep squeezing. Little combo. 3, 2, and last one, release. Maybe stretch those legs out. Get a stretch in those hamstrings. We were definitely working them. And maybe rock it out. We have one more strength movement, friends, and we have completed our Friday series. So standing tall, I'm going to come this direction so you can see. You can stay just like you were here, okay? Remember, tiny. So getting a nice base in that left leg, squeezing, that foot is flexed, and we lift a teeny bit, keeping it in line with your leg. So it's not in front. It's at least right next to it, maybe even a little behind. Lift and lower. Chair's there for support. And lower. Let's do 5 more. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Keep that heel flexed. Nice job. Breathing. 3, and you get glorious freedom. You've worked so hard, you deserve it. 2, last one, and release. Taking that chair maybe, stretching out the hamstrings. One final time here, maybe rocking the legs side to side. Taking your time to get down to your chair if you're not already there for our cool down. Sitting nice and tall. We're going to take this right foot out and continue stretching that leg out. So your foot is flexed. Nice big inhale. Exhale, reach for that foot. Maybe you don't get your toes. Release the shoulders. Feel the back of that leg get a stretch. We worked the legs, and that balance should feel good in the feet as well that we worked. And slowly, slowly, slowly come up so you don't feel dizzy. We'll take the left leg. Nice big inhale. Exhale, reach for those toes. Maybe slightly pull the toes towards you, releasing the neck and the shoulders. And slowly coming up. Beautiful. We're going to do a nice big inhale with those arms. Exhale, turn and split those arms to the right, sitting nice and tall and releasing. Inhaling center. Exhale to the left. Remembering our mantra for this week was trusting your path, embracing that change. And I feel like we definitely use that mantra, inhaling to center, exhaling to the right. For some of those unique balance poses in this last session, I'm sure it challenged you, but challenge is change. We want our bodies continually getting that no matter what age we are. It's good for our bodies to have to think about new movements we create. And exhale, center. Nice work. Let's start to roll the shoulders down and back. Maybe explore movements that feel good. So maybe letting that neck just kind of go around with you if that doesn't make you dizzy. Or maybe you just feel good just rolling the shoulders. And when you're ready, you feel complete, sitting nice and tall, we'll switch directions. Really inhaling and exhaling, coming back to our breath, feeling grounded. Taking these last few moments in this cool down to really cherish the breath we're given, the opportunity to create movement, the blessing of being alive, beautiful gifts we're given, and release. We're going to take our left arm across our body, holding that arm, keeping the shoulder out of your ear. Maybe roll those wrists when you have it stretched if that feels good. And then inhale, pat yourself on the back. And maybe you slightly hold your elbow. Try to resist dumping your chin down. Try to keep your spine as long as possible. Big breaths. And exhale. Release. Let's take the right arm across. Feel that length, that stretch. Again, you can roll out the wrists. Nice job. And release. We're going to inhale that arm up, the left arm up and over. Pat yourself. Give you a big pat on the back for your efforts today. Inhale nice and tall. And exhale, release. All right, friends, our last little bit of work together, which is just our heart work, our mind work, remembering all the beautiful gifts that you give life and this community that we're in together. So we're going to scoop up some love for ourselves, for being able to create movement in this space for our family and friends during this beautiful Easter holiday. A nice big scoop of love. Inhale and exhale. Release. One more time, friends. Nice big inhale. And exhale. Release. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone, for another glorious, beautiful practice all together. I'm so glad we have this space together, and hopefully you're finding some pieces that are filling your soul and your body. And I hope all of you have a beautiful Easter and you're able to celebrate with loved ones. And I will see you Monday. Thank you so much, Mary. Have a beautiful Easter. And we will all see each other back here on Monday, hopefully. And as always, thank you for the positive feedback and encouragement from all of you. And we'll keep working it out with our journey. So happy Easter all, and I will talk to you soon.